Hey guys, it's Scotty here and welcome to my new video on the top 5 classic Sonic bosses. Now these are bosses from the Sega Genesis games, not any other games. That's what I mean by classic Sonic bosses, so it's also kind of like a mini retrospective. Anyway, hope you really enjoy the video. I had a lot of fun making it and I worked hard on it. Enjoy. I'm gonna roll the tape now. Roll the tape! Number 5, Sonic vs. Knuckles at Hidden Palace Zone, from Sonic 3 and Knuckles. This boss fight is different from the rest. Unlike almost every other boss battle in the classic Sonic saga, this time you're not fighting Robotnik or one of his robots. This time it's Knuckles the Echidna. Sonic's been avoiding fighting this guy up until now, and he's got a good reason. This guy Knuckles is a total bruiser. Just look at him. It might be hard to tell otherwise, but when you take a close look at the three main characters standing next to each other, you can see Sonic's right-hand man and best friend weighing in as the junior featherweight of the three. He's noticeably shorter and smaller than Sonic. Now check out Sonic and Knuckles. You can see Knuckles is taller and bigger. He has a cut, muscular, athletic body, as opposed to Sonic's roundish torso designed for curling up and rolling. And here's the big thing. This guy's fists are nearly twice the size of Sonic's, and he's got 4-inch nails sticking out of them, equipped for pulverizing the crap out of things. To top it off, he's a violent shade of red, and just look at that smirk. The simple fact is, he's intimidating, and not someone a slick character like Sonic would want to scrap with. But let's not forget the details of their first confrontation. This guy with one surprise attack to the jaw single-handedly knocked the super out of Super Sonic. How's that for a hello? In total shock, Sonic just stood and watched as Knuckles took the Chaos Emeralds right off him. Now to Sonic's credit, he wasn't simply avoiding a physical confrontation with Knuckles only because squaring off with him looked like a bad idea. Sonic was able to see that Knuckles was confused about who the real bad guy was. So it's not simply that he's afraid of Knuckles. He's choosing his battles, and fighting Knuckles just seemed avoidable and an unnecessary waste of time. Avoidable until now, that is. Now you're at the Hidden Palace Zone, the sacred home of the Master Emerald. Knuckles takes one look at you and throws a couple jabs into the air, letting you know, "You shall not pass!" This boss fight is so memorable because first of all, it's frickin' Knuckles. Second of all the stuff he's done to you throughout the game over and over again, it all leads up to this moment where you finally get to put him in his place. This is not a hard boss fight, but it's really satisfying and really fun to play. Going back to how tough as nails Knuckles is, if you spin dash into him, look at this. He blocks it like it's nothing. And guess who comes out on top if you spin dash into each other? The Bruiser, that's who.
Stay resolute.
Notice the fantastic ancient portrait in the background during this fight. It prophesies a battle between a giant deity and a blue character shining with a golden aura. The deity is clearly holding the Master Emerald. Once you defeat Knuckles, he collapses, briefly knocked out, and the Hidden Palace starts falling apart. Because guess who? Then there's this silence as Sonic and Tails stand over the collapsed Knuckles like, "Well, we tried to tell you." And then the palace crumbles. Now Knuckles finally sees who the real villain is. He's been played for a fool this whole time. When Knuckles comes to his senses, he swallows his pride and motions for Sonic to follow him. And with that, the undeniable bonds of friendship are formed. Knuckles leads you to the Sacred Sky Sanctuary Zone, but after taking a beating, he's completely out of breath and relies on you to finish the job. I love the entire cutscene that goes along with this boss fight. There's no dialogue, but you don't miss a beat. Everything you need to know is portrayed to you through the character sprites and animations. The Sonic vs. Knuckles boss fight and the total change Knuckles takes in sides at this point in the game is very well done and completely unforgettable. Number 4, the Giant Egg Robo Battle from Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I love how before this boss fight, Robotnik is actually there, in the flesh, not in any kind of protective suit or armored vehicle. He's just calmly, confidently engrossed in his little gravity control device trying to kill Sonic. Can you believe the gall, the sheer audacity he has to be doing this? The complete overconfidence he has in his latest machine. Because yeah, all those other ones have been really successful so far. What could possibly go wrong? Oh yeah, for this guy, everything. Anyway, after you wreck that little device, Robotnik spazzes out and runs for his Doomsday Giant Egg Robo Titan. First he tries crushing you with its hands, and when that doesn't work, he resorts to Evil Genius Plan B. He begins casually flying into his own Death Egg space station, causing it to fall apart. Then there's this little thing. An epic ion cannon powered by the Master Emerald. This dude actually stole a sacred jewel that kept an entire part of the world in harmonic balance, leaving it in total chaos just so he could power his ultimate weapon. After you take down the epic Titan, Robotnik makes one last desperate run for it with the Master Emerald. When you take him down, the space station falls apart and Sonic descends from space under the holy protection of the Master Emerald. However, this time the Master Emerald stays in space and is lost forever. That is, if you didn't unlock the true ending of the game by collecting all the Chaos or Super Emeralds and unlocking Super or Hyper Sonic. But we'll talk about that later. Number 3, Big Arm from Sonic the Hedgehog 3. This final boss battle is only in Sonic 3. It's because Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles were meant to be one game, but had to be cut into two because of time constraints. In the complete game, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, you won't fight the Big Arm at the end of the launch base zone. It's a Sonic 3 exclusive. But this boss is oh so epic and memorable. The music changes and becomes extremely eerie. You get the feeling that this time, Robotnik is truly fed up, and he wants to end Sonic for good. Just listen. It's a unique, fun, and challenging boss battle. The only way to hit him is to strike the soft area, perfectly in below the spikes and just above the hands. You can make this easier by using Sonic's Sonic Boom Insta-Shield. I have to mention the epic grab move he has. He can grab Sonic and perform a killer slam dunk into the ground. Something very interesting is, if you use cheats to have Super Sonic here, his grab smash move can actually hurt Super Sonic. This is most likely due to the fact that the long cutscene beforehand would make it unlikely or even impossible to maintain supersonic form long enough to reach this boss. Big Arm for me due to the climactic music and the unique, fun, and more challenging but not cheap gameplay of this battle, easily takes my number 3 spot on this list. Number 2, Death Egg Zone from Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I'm not sure I can adequately describe the sheer epicness of this boss fight. Even if I could, I probably wouldn't do it justice. This, the Death Egg from Sonic 2, is one of the most iconic boss fights of all time. First, after chasing Dr. Robotnik out of his winged fortress, he makes a run for his spaceship. On sheer guts, Sonic grabs onto the spaceship, not allowing him to escape. It doesn't take long before you see the entire planet below you, and Sonic is alone in space. The music on the Death Egg space station is so eerie. Here you are with no rings, flying through the void of space at the heart of the operation. Everything is riding on what you do here. You start the battle with the very first Metal Sonic prototype, Silver Sonic. Robotnik watches from behind his control room. With Silver Sonic defeated, Robotnik makes a run for it in what has become one of the most questionable moments in the classic Sonic series. No matter how fast you run, Sonic won't catch up to Robotnik. He's not even on a scooter or anything. He's just running for his life. But I have an answer for this. This moment isn't meant to show that this roly-poly ladybug man can run as fast as Sonic. I believe this scene abides by the popular rule of the main hero character in stories like this. That is, the hero character never intentionally kills another character. Think about it. How many times has the game showed us that if Sonic wanted to finish Robotnik, he could have, over and over again? An example, when you defeat Robotnik in Emerald Hill, how long does he sit in the wreckage like a baby sitting in a diaper filled with its own poop, before he pathetically sprouts a propeller and flies off? Sonic simply watches this, because what Sonic does do is drive Robotnik away, disarm him, remove the threat, and move on. Then he chases him off again from wherever he goes next. This scene is designed to show you not that Robotnik can run just as fast as Sonic, but that no matter what you would like to do, Sonic is not about to strike Robotnik when he's unarmed. That being said, Sonic probably didn't expect him to jump into a deadly Death Egg robot. And now, the boss battle begins. Just listen to this music. One wrong move here and it's GG for the spiky blue hero. Your only chance is to perfectly strike the weak spot, right above the deadly claws. Because you have to fight with no rings, this boss is so challenging and so intense. Once defeated, it appears that in total rage, Robotnik hits the self-destruct button on the space station. Sonic rushes to the airlock and jumps out. Then you're treated with a cutscene. Tails sees a great explosion in the sky. I love the face the artist gave him. It's this look of admiration, like he knows Sonic was successful. Then he gets into his plane, the tornado, as if to say, now it's time for me to do my part. Sonic needs my help. And in the non-100% ending, he does. But if you've gotten all the Chaos Emeralds, Sonic descends into the stratosphere protected by a golden aura as Super Sonic. This is a fantastic boss and a fantastic ending to arguably the best Sonic game ever made, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Number 1, the final chase in Doomsday Zone from Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Remember the giant egg Robo we talked about earlier in losing the Master Emerald forever in space? Well, that doesn't happen if you have all 7 Chaos Emeralds or all 7 Super Emeralds. Instead, you unlock the Doomsday Zone and the fight continues. Sonic transforms into either Super or Hyper Sonic for one last rumble in space. Robotnik is taken off in an airship and captured the Master Emerald. Flying and crashing through an asteroid belt, you chase Robotnik down one last time. But this time, there's this incredible feeling of urgency, because Sonic can't maintain this golden form forever. It's like a candle shining brilliantly, yet slowly burning out. This escape ship is so armored, the only thing Hypersonic can do, the only strategy that he has, is to guide the homing missiles it fires back into itself. Then after you destroy that ship, it's revealed that Robotnik has one last escape move up his sleeve. He launches into a much faster mech that has a close resemblance to the Death Egg from Sonic 2. Again, can you believe the tenacity of this guy? This is when things really heat up. You're running out of rings and time. All Hypersonic can do at this point is desperately pelt himself into the giant mech. The desperation is illustrated through the way that Sonic helplessly crashes and tumbles backwards after making impact. Before you know it, you're down to your final 10 rings in the moment of truth. Everything comes down to these final moments. The music increases in speed and you feel the adrenaline, the heartbeat of this battle has reached its turning point. You're either going to run out of rings and die in space, or finish it now. Once victorious, Sonic safely descends from space, receiving energy and protection from the Master Emerald. Tails meets Sonic and they shepherd the Master Emerald back to Angel Island. Together they fly away, having fulfilled their heroic mission, asking nothing in return. Knuckles looks on as they fly off, with a newfound respect for the blue hero and a heart full of hope for a brighter future. And with that, the Sega Genesis Sonic saga comes to a fantastic end. And so does my video. Hey everybody, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and share it, spread it around, share it with your friends. I wanted to say thank you to all my new subscribers. It's been really awesome. And if you're a new viewer, why not subscribe and join in and come with me on this journey of YouTube. So that's all I wanted to say, and I look forward to making the next video for you. I'm sorry I could only get one video done this month, but they just take a long time to make, and you can probably see why, but hopefully you can see why. Also, leave me a comment on the video, and you can even let me know if you have any suggestions for a top 5 or a top 10 that you want to see, because I'm going to be doing a lot of other kinds of video game stuff. I just kind of started with Sonic. It's not going to be like every video is Sonic. It'll be cool. So thanks so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Whenever that's gonna be.